So how did we get here? Well, let me tell you something. It wasn't easy and it was somewhat disappointing. So let me tell you a story today because I think it will help so many of you. This is an 18-gallon tote, and this is how I grow a lot of my raised bed gardening or container gardening, whatever you want to call it. I have to do it because we have gophers, we have squirrels, we have rabbits, you name it, we've got it. This is a zucchini plant, a 4-pack that I bought at the store, and it was in kind of bad shape, so they gave it to me for half price. Couldn't beat that. It was worth a try, wasn't it? I planted it, and look at the beautiful plant I got there. Now, yes, that tool was really old, and I'm going to tell you the story on that. Well, like a lot of us, I procrastinated, and I thought, well, I'll wait. It sat for 3 weeks. The plant got beautiful and big. I was so excited. I came out late at night to water, and lo and behold, the center of the plant was chewed out by, guess what, a squirrel. No center. A lot of big leaves, but it really looked like it was on the way out. But the plant is still alive. It can rejuvenate. It's got plenty of time, and it was worth a try. So that night, I took some old tulle that was just laying in the yard and just wrapped it around in hopes it would not get to it in the morning before I came back early, and I would be able to maybe at least try to do something. Now, what is tulle? Tulle is a fabric that is so cheap, and I always put the link inside my description underneath the video. And let me tell you something, it's worth it. It's about $15, but it's 54 inches wide, 40 yards long. If you go to a fabric store, it will cost you $3 or $4 a yard. And you're getting for it's about $15. You are getting 40 yards. You can't beat that. So what I ended up doing, I came out the next morning. You saw me pull the old tulle off that I had put on there. And I decided it was time to get serious, because if I'm not serious, it will be gone. They love eating the center of the plant. The birds, the goldfinches, they'll nibble on the leaves. They don't really do any damage. I don't worry about that. Let them nibble. Let them get their food. But squirrels, oh, those dreaded ground squirrels, they're the main culprit. They will eat the new leaves coming through and, of course, the baby zucchinis that are just starting. So what I did was I had stuck in here 4 tomato stakes. Now what I'm doing is I took the old tulle off, by the way, you saw that. Now what I'm doing is I'm putting on 1/2-inch irrigation tubing. Look how I can cut it out in the yard with a simple scissors. I love the tubing. Why? You can purchase it so cheap. You can get 50 feet for like $13, or you could go ahead and buy 500 feet for under 50. And all the hardware stores carry it. And you can't beat it. I use it for trellising. I use it for everything. Nobody was using it. This was many years ago. I started it and I thought, why isn't anybody using this? They use all these other tubings they buy that's so expensive, and this stuff can cost you like 10 cents a foot. So I ended up buying it, and that's why you see it all over on the garden tours. And I've made many videos and introduced it to you so you can garden on the cheap too and make it the size that works for you. And the best thing is they are made to last. They're supposed to be for irrigation, right? For watering, and they say they're going to last 8 to 10 years. Oh, let me tell you something. It will go probably longer than that. I've never had any of them dissolve, break, or anything. And the point is, once you set it up, it's like a puzzle. You can either leave it, or if you're in the states where you get snow and you want to take everything apart, take it apart, put it back in the spring. But anyways, going back to this, I decided that I did have to get serious and I had to get my tool fastened to this properly. So I brought out a big bolt of turquoise tulle and I just started wrapping it around, and I use a lot of these binder clips. They're metal and they last for many, many years. And then as you saw here, not only did I drape the 1/2-inch irrigation tubing and push it on top of those tomato stakes because they fit in perfect, but I made a hoop, like a hula hoop. Just made a circle, and I decided I was going to hang a circle on the 4 stakes. It's really easy to do. I got out my frog tape, which is absolutely perfect, and I just taped it to the poles. Now you would say, tape outside in the weather, in the rain, in the heat, in the sun, it's fine. They last for years. Let me tell you something. The struggle will be getting it off when you want to take it off the tomato stakes. It's so funny. They just hang on. 2 years later, I'm out there trying to rip them off. But what that's going to do is going to hold everything in place. So I'm using the frog tape to attach different things. I could attach the hoops that way. I could attach the tool. Who knows? You can attach yarn and string or whatever you want to use. But the frog tape used the right way will last a long time. Make sure your hands are dry. Make sure nothing is wet. And once the frog tape is put on there, when it is dry, it will stay. If your hands are wet or it's too wet outside or it's raining, it won't work. But on a dry day, you put those little tabs on there like you see me doing there early in the morning, and they will stick. Now I'm going to get the whole thing tooled. If I don't do this, that squirrel is going to come back and he is going to decimate my plant because it is trying to make a comeback. Especially with the old green tool I had on there, even though it was kind of shredded a little bit, it was probably 2 or 3 years old. He didn't like it. A lot of your squirrels, 95% of them, don't like the feel of tulle because it's a netting with very fine holes and their nails are really tiny. This includes rats, mice, squirrels, and rabbits. They don't like the feel of it. Even the deer won't touch it here. They don't like the mouth, when they mouth it, they don't like it, so they go away from my plants. But with the little rodents with these tiny nails, they think it's a trap. They touch it and their nails get caught. And then not where it's going to get him caught permanently, but they don't know that. So they kind of get caught, they tug on it, it wiggles, and it's like, uh-oh, they set up a trap and they leave. So it works great on that. This is why it's so good, but the point is you got to get it up. And I am so busy that a lot of times I think, oh, everything's fine, I can wait, and by the time I'm putting it up, my plant's already been attacked. But you know what? Needless to say, I'm doing it now. Now, some people use bird netting that has larger holes. I will let you know that that is very dangerous for birds because they don't get their nails caught, they get their entire leg caught, and then they can't get out. So that's just a note that I want to make sure you understand. Now, let me tell you something. Did it help? See how the hoop is? Oh, let me go back to the hoop. See the hoop? It pulls the tool out. So though the plant is growing and has plenty of room to push the tool out, notice I gave myself more room for the big leaves as it grows back in hopes, because this was about a month ago. The big leaves would continue to grow up and have more room. And the hoop was really easy to put together. I just trimmed a little bit on one end. So I kind of made 2 or 3 slits, and then I shoved the part that was trimmed into the part that wasn't, and it locked in place. It's not under pressure, but it holds really good. And if it doesn't, you can always put a little bit of painter's tape. It was so easy to make that hoop, and it works. Then I now just wrap the tool around, and if you need tabs, like I'm using the paper binders to clip on the tool, well, you use the frog tape. So you can stick as many tabs on your tomato stakes or the irrigation tubing. This is 1/2 inch, not quarter. Quarter's too small for this. You just tape it on and then you clip the tool to it. It will hold the tool up in the air. That's what I'm doing here. It's the greatest thing to use. It's incredibly cheap. The roll of frog tape, which is painter's tape, and I found that brand to be the best. It really holds up. You can get cheaper ones. A lot of the stores make their own brands, but those don't hold as good, and eventually they come off. But the frog tape, I will have to say, it's not sponsored. I just have tested so many. It works better. I used to use plain old masking tape, but that does weather. And by the way, duct tape, that will crumble away in 2 months. So don't bother with duct tape at all. But the frog tape, the green one, works good. Look at that. Now, if the squirrel comes back, it is completely covered except for the top. So as it stands, the bees can get in, or any of the pollinators can get in there, though I do hand pollinate all my squash. I do not take any chances, but they can go down through the top and back up when they're done. It works out fantastic. Look how neat that is. And did it work? Oh my goodness, you betcha. I wouldn't have lost anything had I done it right in the beginning. I just, again, time. There's not enough hours in the day for me. But look how the tool is on. The irrigation pipe is just going to sit there, and it's all tucked in there really nice, and it's fantastic. You can't get anything cheaper. That whole thing with the irrigation tubing, oh my goodness, and the tool, I don't even think it cost me $3. And I've already been harvesting a lot of zucchini and so many more to come. So there is my successful zucchini plant. I've been really happy since I covered it in Tulle. Now properly covered. See how I kind of draped it down? Now, why would I waste that much on the bottom when I was trying to cover the top? Because when a squirrel comes, let me show you, and he leaps up, he's going to get caught on this. And that is what he doesn't want. He thinks, he swings for a minute, you know, when he thinks, oh my gosh, it's a trap, he's not come back. I make sure the entire tote, see, in the back, draping behind it all the way down. So anywhere he touches before he gets into the plant has the tool there. And it works. Now, I've been getting so many zucchini. Oh, gotta pick that one. I'm not trying to collect seed. Look how big it is. And there's so many more. We can't get inside, but there's many more zucchini plants. Fruit coming on this one. Look at all that. And this has been fantastic. Now, I think I need to give this plant a little help. I can do another video on that if you want to see it, because I need to add some more soil to it, but I cannot add soil by just dumping it in, because that could end up taking out the plant. So if you've got that problem off and on where you think your tote, your raised bed, your pot, whatever you're growing in, even sometimes in the ground, your plant is conking out, it just may need more nutrients, and that I can do this week, or coming fairly soon. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Just me coming out, setting up my camera and working on here and talking on how we can save our plant. And do remember, you go into my description, you tap on it. Sometimes, depending if you're on a tablet, a phone, or a computer, you can't do it on the TV. You can go and tap more, and then you'll see all the different links. I always get mine on eBay. It's the best price. You can't beat it, because if you go to the store, I'm not kidding you, fabric store, order it online, it could be $3 or $4 a yard. And I'm buying a bolt for so cheap. And a bolt is an entire roll of fabric. That's the way it comes. 40 yards, 40, 54 inches wide. You can't beat the price, and you probably only need one. And also remember, you can take this off later when your growing season is over, bundle it up, throw it in a bucket, a bag, and throw it anywhere in the garage, a closet, and you'll have it for next year too, because I have used them usually for at least 2 years. So with that, or 2 planting seasons. With that, have a wonderful day. I hope I'm giving you ideas on how to garden on the cheap, because as I always say, if nature can grow all this stuff up there without any of our help, and nobody's watering it, nobody's feeding these plants, then you can too. So have a great day, and don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye-bye. Ooh, zucchini for dinner tonight. Maybe I'll just add it in the ground beef.